Welcome back to Sorare Assist, assisting you in your Sorare journey. So with the first edition of the Sorare Season Scouting, I thought it was only right to do some budget player videos every day in anticipation of the upcoming player auctions. So stick around to get your shortlist together. Before that, I'd like to welcome all Sorare managers watching this video today. If you're a new visitor to the channel, then welcome. If you're a returning visitor and didn't subscribe on your last visit, then do that by bumping that big red button and click that notification bell to be alerted about new content. If you like this video, then please do just that and ping that like button. And please try and watch the video all the way through to the end to make the YouTube gods happy. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and for more free Sorare content, please check out SorareAssist.com. Also become a patron of Sorare Assist for budget player scouting, and grab yourself a free 100-page Ultimate Guide Sorare ebook. Links to all this good stuff are in the description. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, then sign up using the link below to get a 13 common cards and a free limited card. Using these links also helps support the channel and future content. None of this content is financial advice. Right, now that's out of the way, let's get stuck into today's content. With Sorare announcing the season scouting, I'll be producing some budget scouting videos every day for the targeted players in that specific auction each day. As we know, this is the schedule set out by Sorare, so on Monday we're going to have the auctions for the America Leagues, Tuesday La Liga, Wednesday Challenger Europe Part 1, Thursday we've got the Challenger Europe Part 2, Friday Bundesliga, Saturday Asia and Sunday the Champion Europe. So every day I'll be posting a video right here on Sorare Assist. Not only that, but I'm also creating a scout pack for the upcoming Underdog Special Game Weeks, which are going to be run between Game Week 250 and 254. As we know, each special weekly will have a maximum threshold in terms of the player's last 5 scores to be eligible. Within these scout packs, I'll be targeting players with the required last 5 average who are capable of better scores and also have a perceived easier fixture in that specific special weekly game week. This will give us the best chance to try and take advantage of the rewards on offer in these special weeklies. The scout packs will be available the game week before the special weekly to make sure that players are still eligible, as in the last 5 average isn't too high. These scouting packs are available to patrons only, and you can gain access to these by joining the Sorare Assist Patreon. You will also unlock all 8 issues of the weekly scout reports, which is the regular content over on our Patreon. Not only that, but you'll also get early access to the budget scouting videos coming up over the next week or so. So check that out using the link in the description. Right, so back to the budget videos then, and this week I'm going to be concentrating on some more Challenger Europe players, which is the auctions that end on Thursday. The leagues included in these auctions will be the Russian Premier League, the Turkish Superliga and the Austrian Bundesliga. So let's get straight stuck into the first selection, and that is Yuri Dupin of Rubin Kazan. 33-year-old goalkeeper. This season has started 18 games for Rubin Kazan. Is showing 4.9 saves per game, which is a fantastic 77% shot save ratio, which is absolutely fantastic. He's not kept many clean sheets, but he's getting plenty of saves to rack up those points. In terms of his price, he's going for around £74 on his limited and £693 for his rare. Scores wise, he's showing some good scores. He's even got a 100. Quite a long time ago now, but he has got a 100 score. He's got some 80s, some 70s. He's also got plenty of 60s. So not a bad scoring goalkeeper really for this sort of price. Another good goalkeeper is Silvo Young Jr. of Kayserispor. 32-year-old. He has got a contract till the end of this season. So it's unknown whether he's going to renew his contract with Kayserispor, but you would have thought he would do. He's been a fantastic goalkeeper for them this season. He's started 24 games as well, and is saving 3.4 shots per game, which is a save percentage of 70%. He's also kept 8 clean sheets as well, which is very impressive. He has come back from a recent injury, so the young backup goalkeeper did get his chance in the team, but Lung is still the first choice at Kayserispor. Price wise, you can get his limited for 101 and his rare for a very cheap looking £335. Now this looks absolutely fantastic to me. And if we look at his scores, he's got some really impressive scores for a goalkeeper. He's got a few 70s here and some 60s as well. And as I say, he is capable of keeping the clean sheets. Defenders now, and the first one I've gone for is Mario Fernandez of CSKA Moscow. 31-year-old. This season for Moscow he's started 18 games. He's also had 37 average passes per game in terms of the accurate ones, 1 key pass per game, and he's also kept 10 clean sheets in the 18 games that he's started for CSKA Moscow. His tackle numbers also look good at 1.8 tackle per game. But not only that, he's winning a fantastic 72% of his duels. That is a very high number, one of the highest that I've seen on this budget scouting series so far. If we look at his price then, you can get his limited for around 36 and you can get his rare for £296. To me, this looks like an absolute steal. Looking at his scores, he's got some really impressive scores, probably down to the amount of duels he wins and also due to the number of clean sheets that CSKA Moscow keep. He's got a couple of 100 scores here. In fact, he's got 300 scores. He's got a 90 score there and some 80s, 70s and plenty of 60 scores as well. So a very high scoring defender this guy, and looks like a really good bargain to me. Another defender that looks good is Pablo of Lokomotiv Moscow. Only 30, he does play as a centre-back majority of the time. He started 10 games for Lokomotiv Moscow this season. He scored 1 goal and he's also averaging 38 accurate passes per game. His tackles and interceptions look very impressive, with 2.3 interceptions per game and 1.2 tackles. He's also winning 64% of his duels. In terms of his price, he's going for 23 on the limited and £205 on the rare. Scores wise, he's got a 100 score, he's got some 80s, some 70s and also some 60s as well. So it looks like a very consistent high scoring player, and he is only still 30. Another defender that caught the eye is Guilherme of Coinbase. 31-year-old Brazilian who's very attacking and plays on the left of the defence. He also takes corners as well for Konyaspor. He started 27 games this season, scored 2 goals, and he's also chipped in with 4 assists. He's also showing 2.3 key passes per game and has created 8 big chances. Accurate passes looks good as well at 32 accurate passes per game. And he's also kept 11 clean sheets in the 27 games he's started for Konyaspor. Not only that, his interceptions and tackles look impressive at 1.4 and 1.9. And he's also winning 54% of his duels. In terms of his price, you're looking at around 24 for his limited and 271 for his rare. Scores are looking good with a couple of 90s, a couple of 80s as well. Some 70 scores there and plenty of 60s and 50s. So it looks like a very consistent scorer this guy, and only 31. Moving on to midfielders now, the first one I've gone for is Remy Cabella. I can't understand why this guy is so cheap compared to the other people around him in terms of the last 40 scores. He's only 31. I think he has got a contract, quite a long contract as well with Krasnodar. Very attacking player. This season for Krasnodar, he started 15 games, he scored 4 goals and also assisted 6. He's also averaging 2.9 key passes per game, 1.7 shots per game. He's also showing 36 accurate passes as well. So he's seeing a lot of the ball, he's creating a lot of chances and also getting plenty of shots on target. In terms of his price, you're looking at around 75 for his limited and 367 for his rare, which looks very cheap for me when you look at L5, L15 and L40 numbers. If we also look at his scores, he's got some brilliant scores. He's got 4 100 scores in the Sorare data score graph. He's also got plenty of 90s, a few 80s as well, about 4 or 5 80s, some 70s and also some 60s and 50s. But majority of the scores are very high, and that is what you want to be looking for if you're looking to get hold of those top prizes. There's something to note here. He did recently not return to the squad for Krasnodar due to the goings on in Ukraine and Russia currently, but that game was actually postponed anyway, the Krasnodar game. So I would have thought if Krasnodar given the go ahead to play the next game, then he hopefully will return to the squad. But obviously long term, he is expected to be a consistent starter for Krasnodar. Next up, I've gone for Artur Yusupov of Sochi. 31-year-old forward. This season for Sochi he started 14 games, he scored 5 goals and assisted 2. He's also showing 2 shots per game and is averaging 33 accurate passes per game, which looks impressive. He's also chipping in with some tackles with 1.3 tackles per game. And he's also the penalty taker as well for Sochi, which helps him get those extra points when he scores. In terms of his price, you're looking at around £35 for his limited and $293 for his rare. He is actually categorised as a midfielder on Sorare as well, so that is something to bear in mind. So in terms of his scores, he's got 200 scores here, he's got a 90, he's also got a few 80 scores and 70s and 60s. So he's very capable of the high scores, and he does look like a very impressive player, especially for this price. Only 32 as well, which isn't that old really for the Russian league. Another midfielder that I liked was Krychowiak of Krasnodar. Recently signed for Krasnodar from Lokomotiv Moscow. Only 32, he's actually the captain now for Krasnodar, and it does look like he is going to be on penalties for them as well. Bit more of a central midfielder really, not really an out-and-out attacking midfielder, although he does like to have shots on goal. He's averaging 2.8 shots per game. Most of these though are long-range efforts. But in his 15 starts for Krasnodar this season, he has scored 4 goals and he's also assisted 3. He's also showing 1.9 key passes per game and a very high accurate pass numbers per game with 45 accurate passes. He's also chipping in with some tackles at 1 per game and interceptions at 1.1 per game. Total duels won is also 52%. In terms of his price then, his limited is currently unavailable due to him transferring to Krasnodar, but you can get his rare card for around £125, which is the 3-day average at the time of recording. If we look at his scores though, his scores look absolutely brilliant. He has got 4 100 scores here. He's also got some 80s and 70 scores and some 60 scores as well, but majority of scores are very high, so he's a very consistent performer. He has also got a long contract with Krasnodar as well, I believe. They only signed him recently, I think it was in the summer transfer window, and he is the captain for Krasnodar as well. Like I say, he's also on penalties, which is an added bonus. Another one that caught the eye and looked very cheap to me was Artem Dzube, 33-year-old. Obviously plays for Zenit Petersburg. This season he started 12 games. So he was in and out of the team a little bit this season with the other strikers that Zenit had at their disposal. Obviously one of those strikers has now left, so that's given more game time to Dzube. But why he was dropped anyway, I do not know. If we look at the stats, he's had 12 starts and 17 appearances, and he scored 10 goals and assisted 4. He's also averaging 2 shots per game with an average of 1 shot on target per game. He's also averaging 1.5 key passes as well. So this guy looks an absolutely fantastic player who's going to consistently get you goals. If we look at his price then, you can get his limited for around £58 and his rare for around £394. I think this looks very cheap. He has only recently turned 33 as well, and I do expect him to be a consistent starter now for the rest of this season for Zenit. And his scores look absolutely brilliant. He's got 5 100 scores. He's also got 3 scores in the 90 area and plenty of scores in the 80 and 70 region and also the 60 region as well. Most of these are attributed to the number of goals he gets, but he's also capable of assisting goals for his teammates as well. His contract does end at the end of this season with Zenit, and whether he's going to stay there is another story. But there has been rumours of a potential move to Turkey, so that's not going to be a bad move for Dzube. But I suspect wherever he's going to move next season, he is going to bang in the goals there too. The only thing is, obviously, if he moves to an ineligible league, that's not going to be good news. But that's something to maybe investigate, see if there has been any rumours of that sort of thing. But from what I've heard, he could potentially move to the Turkey League if he doesn't stay in Russia. Moving on then, and another one that I like the look of is Fedor Smolov of Dynamo Moscow. Recently scored for his new club, got his first goal, only 32. He started 15 games this season in the Russian Premier League, scored 8 goals in those 15 starts, and is averaging 3.4 shots per game and a very impressive 1.6 shots on target per game. This looks absolutely fantastic. He's also chipping in with 1.3 key passes as well. This guy looks very good in terms of his goal threat. His limited you can get for around £62. You can get his rare for around £493, which looks very cheap to me for a Challenger Europe forward who's going to be banging in the goals. If we look at his scores then, he's got some very good scores, some 90s, some 80s, some 70s as well, and also plenty of 60 scores. So this guy, his new club, Dynamo Moscow, I think he's going to do very well. He's going to get plenty of goals, especially with the creative midfielders that Dynamo Moscow have got. He's going to be getting plenty of service, and this guy is very good in terms of his finishing. So that is all the selections for this budget scouting video that I'm going to be doing every day for the Sorare scouting season. And don't forget as well, there's the Underdog series coming up as part of this Sorare scouting season as well. And I'm going to be producing a scout pack to make sure that you guys are armed with all the top picks for that special weekly game week. This is obviously only available on the Patreon, but you can obviously head over there, join the Patreon, unlock the scout pack, and also unlock all the current content that's on the Patreon, which is 8 issues of the weekly scout reports. And don't forget, on the Patreon as well, you'll also get early access to these budget videos before anybody else. So make sure you check that out by using the link in the description below. So if you do like this video, do let me know by hitting that like button, and do make sure you subscribe and ping that notification bell so you're alerted about these budget videos coming out. Like I said, join our Patreon and don't forget to pick up your free 100-page Ultimate Guide to Sorare. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and for more free Sorare content, please check out sorareassist.com. Links in the description. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, then sign up using the link below to get a free limited card. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.